So here's some best practices that I've found after 14 years of flipping homes of where to put your money in a rehab or a remodel. And by the way, you could also use this for your own home. Now I'm gonna come from this space of an investor on where I put my money into rehab flips. But I also want you and even me think about where we're putting our money in our own home. I bring that to light because quite literally I have spent almost 6 figures inside my home, and I bought my home in September. Now, I wasn't planning on doing that. So I want to give you a little insight of why I've spent the money I've spent, but also for you guys who are flipping homes, I want you guys to understand where your best ROI is going to be for your own home as well as these flips. So I think the first thing that everyone would agree with and seems to be pretty obvious is kitchens and bathrooms sell the home. Now, while that is true, I want to caution a lot of people out there. Now, I'm kind of speaking to the person who might be remodeling or remodeling their own personal home. If you build this incredible spa-like atmosphere and this is huge bathroom that has all the amenities you could possibly want, that might give you an incredible ROI. You might be able to see 100% return on something like that. However, as we have all seen now over the last 2 years, labor and materials are at an all-time high. So while it seems like a great idea, if you are doing this to your own home and trying to live in your own home and you're doing this to your master suite, this could be cause for trouble, and you might get in a couple conversations with your loved one regarding sharing bathrooms. I can tell you, buying my own personal home, my bathroom was already remodeled really nice. It had a standalone bathtub, it had a 2-person shower, it had the waterfall sinks. All of those things really were already built in there. So if you're looking to remodel a home, part of the reason I bought my personal home is because I already loved the bathroom. So I'm bringing up 2 points here. I'm bringing up the idea of, if you're looking to do this in your own personal home, be careful. The cost to remodel a master suite in a way that makes it this great spa-like atmosphere is gonna be incredibly high, let alone the labor it's gonna take to get there could take an awful long time. For those remodeling a home, I would say this is probably one of those areas you need to be able to spend a little bit more money. Most people right now that are buying homes, well, let me rephrase that. All people buying a home want an incredibly beautiful bathroom, regardless of its size. Obviously, if there's a way to rehab a home and increase the size of the closet, increase the size of the master bathroom, in the remodel, I would say that is going to be preferred. Again, make sure that you are being very aware of the timeliness of what is happening and how long these projects are taking because of labor as well as material. But all in all, I would say the bathroom, specifically the master suite, needs to be top notch to make sure that you're getting a good ROI on that investment. Now, point number 2, I think tends to be obvious as well, which would be the kitchen. If you are going to be, rehabbing a home and you really need to make it pop and get top dollar, you need to make sure that kitchen is A+, meaning new cabinets, new countertops. You need to make sure the color patterns are in, meaning you don't want to just assume white is the right color. I remember back at a time where all of our rehabs were this espresso cherry color. At the time, that was really in. Now, if I were to remodel, I would never use that color. I would keep it very light. In fact, right now, there's a lot of color going into the cabinets, right? Grays are really in right now with a combination of white. I'd also tell you that the waterfall islands are really in. And if you're at a higher price point, I'd tell you having 2 islands is even more in terms of style, functionality, and what's really in right now. Now, when it comes to your own personal home, I will tell you the ROI is incredible if you are going to go in and remodel your kitchen. This is a place that will help you have resale value. That's what I'm talking about here. So even though I bought a beautifully remodeled home, I still went in and did some updating relative to when it was remodeled. For example, my island did not have the waterfall component, so I went out and got a prettier quartz. I got a Calcutta quartz and I made it a waterfall island. I made a room for my wine fridge. So there's a waterfall and a wine fridge all in that island. Those type of investments in your personal home are going to give you an incredible ROI. And if you're rehabbing, those are the type of things that really can get you top dollar when you're trying to flip this home. Now, I want to bring up something I don't believe is often thought of as something that can be a great ROI when rehabbing a home, but it's going to be your landscaping. Again, I'm going to take it from the point of rehabbing and your personal home. Landscaping can be an incredible ROI. Yes, you want curb appeal. And back in the day when I was flipping a bunch of homes back in 2009, 10, 11 in Arizona, man, we could literally just leave dirt in the front yard and they would sell because of how low the price point was back then as it started to slowly appreciate. Nowadays, you really need to have a pop, right? I would highly suggest, if you have not or are thinking about it, I would include some level of pavers at the higher end. The pavers are really in right now. As a matter of fact, in my backyard, I just completed our pavers and our turf. So our entire backyard went from grass to pavers with turf intersected into them, as well as a major turf area for my kid, so she can have a playground and places to play. Now, that is in the back. That is not curb appeal. That is just in the back for landscaping, but I have a beautiful pool. I have incredible pavers, great turf, and then I have the Miami, I'm not sure what they're called, plants, who really give us a lot of privacy because they're very tall, give us a lot of privacy. And so the vibe is very spa-like, right? I have my overhang that has 3 fans going. Everything is white and black. Gives a lot of appeal to the backyard. If you are rehab flipping and you need some more ROI, I know that you're gonna get a great ROI with your landscaping in the backyard and the front yard. Now, building out big, beautiful waterfalls and going over the top with it may not be necessary. Like I said, I have turf and pavers in the backyard. That is gonna be a great ROI. Very functional, very beautiful. The same would be said in the front. I would go out and sod all of your lawn if you have lawn, and then I would try to create some pavers going up through the driveway as a great, incredible look to get some of that curb appeal. Great ROI there. Now, something I didn't think too much of while living in Arizona, but I can tell you that now windows are a huge component here in Florida. My home already had impact windows, which is not necessary for a lot of states, I understand that, but the value that those impact windows brought was immense, right? I'm in Miami, a lot of hurricanes. That actually was one of the selling points for myself to buy this home. So if you're rehab flipping, being able to have new windows, doubly insulated windows, right? 2-pane windows, having different types of sliding glass doors, right? I mean, if you're really at the high end, you can have an accordion door for a back window / sliding glass door. You can have a pocket door where literally your sliding glass door goes right into the wall. That is definitely a higher end feature. I have more of a, I guess it would be more of that pocket door where the windows pull out from both sides. I can tell you that also was a selling point for me, the retail buyer. And so when you're at a higher level, having some of those really more expensive features can absolutely get you top dollar and you'll get a great ROI. But as a flipper, I would tell you, leaving old 1960s, 70s, and 80s windows just because there's nothing wrong with them, it would be better to utilize your cash to replace those windows to get a much higher ROI because people are looking for that. Now, lastly, I'll leave you guys with this. This is something that actually I just went through in my own personal home that I would encourage you rehab flippers to be looking at. Doors and baseboards. This is something that highly is overlooked in closet doors, right? Doors to the rooms, closet doors, and baseboards and door trimming. A lot of times that's highly overlooked, but what I can tell you is if you can go get new trimming, new baseboards, and have that very nice, clean, modern look, even if you're not painting it and you're leaving it all wood, because maybe you have more of a country feel to your house, the cleanliness really pops. You're really gonna notice that. And as someone who just bought an already remodeled house, I went in and redid all of that because I wanted a sharper, cleaner look. You could tell that these baseboards and doors were painted over and over again and were original doors. The doors were hollow. I'd highly suggest getting a filled in or a non-hollow door, and making sure the look is right for your home. The retail value will go up because people like myself are going to notice these things. They're going to see these minor details that a lot of times you want to just overlook. But the reality is your ROI on that type of investment for a rehab as well as your own home is going to be huge. And most people, when going through where to put their money, they're overlooking this, and they shouldn't. Because I just did this to my home because while the house had a lot of what I wanted, this is one category it didn't. Still bought the house, but then I had to go back in and do this. So why not be in the front of that as a rehabber, go in and do those, and then you can charge even more and have it on as new doors, new baseboards, new door trimming, new closet doors. It really makes a difference to the end buyer. And while I don't have any attics, well, I do have an attic, not one that's livable, but one that carries all the insulation, things of that nature. I'm not able to transform that into a working attic, meaning I couldn't put a bedroom in there or anything of that nature, and I don't have a basement. But if I did, converting attics and converting basements is a massive, massive ROI. There's a lot of homes that I flip, specifically wholesale, that they have an unfinished basement. And that hurts the seller, right? You would get more money with a finished basement. And so I'm able to sell that off to a rehab flipper who understands the value of putting money into that basement, or the value of putting that into an attic and making it a livable attic. That creates a massive amount of value. And so the ROI on that type of investment would also be big, even though I don't have it and I don't come across it too often in the sense of my own rehabs. The value there is going to be immense. All right, guys, so listen, you could do me a favor right now. Smash the like button here. Make sure you're subscribed. My YouTube channel is going to be blowing up. I'm going to deliver as much real estate and business entrepreneur content as possible. Always there to help you guys. Give me a follow, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.